Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. As we take a look at Jaylon Smith, first and foremost, he's 6'2" or 6'2.5", about 240 pounds, but he can come at you. He runs a sub 4.4440. That's quick, that's fast, elusive. He's ferocious. He's one of those top dog that brings in that extra tenacity, bring in that force to be reckoned with, and he will come and deliver the thunder if needed. He's quick. He can seal off the running lanes. The best part of his gameplay is his coverage ability. He can cover the slot receiver. He can take out the tight end down the field. You're going to see those things out there on the play. He can get parallel with the runner and be able to stop the runner from gaining extra yards. He's one of those guys that everybody would love to have on their team. Good off the field too as well. Got a clear eye vision or clear eye view of things of life. These type of things that you would like to have. Just a vocal leader too as well, or a gym rat, a gym warrior. Those type of things jump out too as well off the field, and he will come down from his pursuit and he will lay the wood. You got to love this guy on and off the field. He's one of those guys that's graded high in his draft class. If he was to come out in this draft class, removing injuries alone, he would be still the top 4, top 5 defensive player to come off the board. He's one of those guys that you would love to have on your team, basically. Now, when I'm talking about a freakish athlete, look how he can travel down the field and cover, smooth hips, fluid, and able to turn his body frame and redirect and turn his head around to the ball. You got cornerbacks and DBs that cannot play just like this guy. He is electric. If you could put him in comparison of someone, I would say Luke Kuechly. He's able to cover out in space, jump the routes. He's that same guy. Just imagine Sean Lee and Luke Kuechly on the same team. That's who Jaylon Smith is able to cover out in space and just have that vision. Jaylon Smith is the same guy as it relates to covering ability, to be able to take your tight end out of the game or to squeeze and cover your slot receiver as well. He has that type of skill set. He has that type of mentality. He has that type of hips, fluid. Watch how this is not what a 240-pound linebacker is supposed to do. Able to redirect, follow, and trail the receiver down the field. Redirect, follow, and trail the receiver down the field. You got to love that. This guy brings in that type of weaponry, that type of arsenal to your team at 240 pounds, covering like a blanket. Where do they make this guy up? You have to go into a lab. You got to love that. You got to love that. All right, so let's take a look at his play here. Is he able to cover the slot receiver, cover the receivers out of space? He's able to come down and follow the tight end too as well. He's the guy that's going to be able to clear up anything that's in the middle of that field. That's his ability. Now, if you want to throw in a weakness for him, if you are a team, you want to exploit his weaknesses, just run towards him. That's probably his only weakness that I can see. He doesn't give the pull or push that you would like to have. But outside of that, he's still able to disengage and get to the runner. If that was the only con that you have out of any linebacker, sign me up. I would take him. He's a little passive, filling in the gaps on that aspect. And you can see how Clemson was able to exploit that and get large chunks of yards. But if he's able to stay clean, if he's able to stay in the middle of the field, then you got something to work with. Watch how he's able to play as the Mike linebacker. He's able to squeeze down and come down into the gaps and plug the run.
I was very fortunate in my career to have coached Ray Lewis and Lawrence Taylor, both two of the greatest linebackers ever play the game. Their impact on the football team was immeasurable. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I don't know if those teams would have gone to the Super Bowl as they've done. But I can remember on the sidelines where offensive players would come off, and rather than go rest their legs and get their water, they would walk up to the sidelines and watch these guys play who are teammates of theirs, because they were so, they were just so excited to watch those guys play because it energized them and gave them that extra boost throughout the game.
And you think Jaylon Smith can be that good?
Yes.
That would be special.
I mean, if his drop foot situation doesn't work out or pan out, the guy can blitz off the edge and he can pressure the quarterback. He can do those things too as well. He can be a pass rush. Look at the dip move on here. I'm just going to have to slow it down for you guys. Dip. That's what I'm talking about. A bend, natural bend, able to get to the quarterback. That quarterback would have been miserable if he would have hit him on that play. And I always talk about pressure, right? If you're able to just create pressure and get the quarterback to throw a ball faster than what he normally does on a read play, then you win in the game. And look how he's able to use his pass rush techniques, high, low, swim, watch the hips, and able to get to the quarterback. Those are things that you would like to see translate on Sundays. And look how he knows how to use his hips. He knows how to use leverage. And let's see how this plays out in the actual game. He has more bend right now than David Irvins of the world, or even a Taco Charlton. He has that type of a bend, a natural bend, a pass rush technique to get to the quarterback. This guy can play even down on the line. You slap 20 pounds on him, he can be a defensive end too in this game. That's the type of mentality that you have off of Jaylon Smith. He can cover, he can blitz, he can bend off the edge, and he can also just take away your number one threat if it's a tight end or if it's a slot receiver. He can do all of those things. Watch his athleticism. I'm telling you about pressure, not allowing the quarterback to step up into the pocket to pass an accurate pass. Hit the quarterback to dance on his feet. That's what you got to see. Watch how he's able to squeeze. Didn't cause the sack, but created the pressure, making the offensive line to make account of him and to slide the rotation protection over to his side. Pressure. I love pressure. Watch this pressure. Able to get into the gap, cause the quarterback to throw the ball quicker than what he tries to. This guy is one of the guys that's going to be just a staple piece to this defense, flying around to the ball, has that type of mentality, has that type of skill set, guys. The athleticism. That's been my time, guys. I really thank you guys for yours. And if we able to see this guy out here on the field, this defense is going to be top 10. You heard it first from me. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. May God bless until I see you guys again. How about them Cowboys? I'm out. Peace.